There's a sense of arrested development with our generation that, you know, is holding on to all things that are like youthful and young and, you know, pretty much from like other generations. But I think part of it has to do with the fact that we can't get a good start right off the bat, right? As soon as we get out of school, we're in debt. We don't have any accumulated wealth, and we are living off of our parents or, you know, the older generation. So, you know, it's no wonder that we're in this state of arrested development.
We have so much technology like at our fingertips. Like you know, I could answer any question in the world with my iPhone right now in a matter of 2 minutes. And it's like, people have that kind of technology. It's like, why is our generation not moving forward faster?
We're definitely not as active in like activism as we probably should be. I mean, the world's heating up and everyone's trying to blow each other up, and we're sitting here at home going, oh, whatever, man, all the time.
Where do you see yourself in 10 or 15 years?
10 or 15 years. Oh, God.
Doing what I'm doing.
It's hard to say.
I want to have some babies. I've always wanted to be a teacher.
Ideal version of my life would be I get to travel.
When you're younger, you have a lot of dreams and aspirations that are very, very half-baked. I can't remember how many times I used to tell my mom I wanted to be an astronaut.
When I was younger, I thought I was going to be a mermaid.
I have a hard time remembering what I thought I was going to be or do when I was younger. You don't realize how quickly you get to certain ages when you're younger.
Hopefully I'm going to be an accountant, because that's what I'm working on, and then doing whatever I want on nights and weekends.
That's a very good question. If everything goes well, then I'm going to try and open a cafe, but seeing as how I'm not doing very well, I don't see that. I want to be a truck driver. That's the ultimate goal if I can't open a cafe. So we'll see how college goes. We'll see.
I am going to graduate college and become a scientific diver and travel the world and dive for free and save our ocean.
I want to work in television.
Right now the goal is to be a paralegal.
I want to be a monologue joke writer for a late night show.
That's like a big question. Like, I'm kind of thinking about that right now.
I thought I'd be married and have kids by now.
Fashion. I'm kind of leaning towards that, like design.
I'm dealing with not being sure. Yeah.
I want to just be, you know, not like all the other dirtbags that are around this general region. I just kind of would like to be a happy person, not strung out on dope.
What am I doing with my life? You know, like what, I'm going to college for creative writing. Am I just prolonging that question of what's next? Do I just keep going to school so I don't really have to ask myself that and not really grow up? Because the only thing I've been doing since I was like 5 years old is go to school Monday through Friday.
Maybe I'll have like a clothing line, or I'll be like modeling for something, the face of something. I want to be like a brand. So hopefully 10 years I'll be a brand. That's what I want to do.
Just to make it, you know, just to have a decent house, you know, not living from check to check. Like he said, have your children to be able to not want for anything. You know, they don't have to have, you know, like I said, $100,000 cars or wear Abercrombie or Gucci and stuff like that all day long. You know, just as long as everybody's happy, you know, you're not struggling for anything, you're not wanting for anything, your power's paid, your water's running, and there's food on the table. I'm not living, you know, like Wiz Khalifa or Snoop Lion or whoever, you know, but I'm living fine. You know, we got our own house, we live together, you know, we do whatever we want basically when we're not at work. So it is a good life.
What do you want to be doing in 10 years?
In 10 years, I will be 28. I don't know, 28. I think I hope I'll be DJing. I think that'll be my way to make money.
I keep driving down Selfish Boulevard because there's money and fun and girls and alcohol, drugs, whatever you want to do. It's a nice boulevard. And then there's an adjacent street and it's happy and there's milk being delivered and there's a girl and she's your wife and she's loyal and loyalty and intimacy and really two souls merging. There's a kid and the kid's great, but half the time the kid is screaming. I'm gonna sleep till about 3 p.m. tomorrow. And that's a certain type of happiness. But then there is a longing. I learned the structure of love through my parents. And that's in me. That's in my genetics. It's in my code. I saw it. I learned it. And I don't think I'll be completely fulfilled until I reflect that back, until I know what people are talking about when they're like, I didn't know love until I held my child, all that sort of stuff.
I don't know if I'm ever going to have kids. Sometimes people have kids, and I don't understand how they do that. But right now, I'm 26, so it's nice I don't have to even think about that kind of thing. I feel like at some point, there's going to be like a biological clock that kicks in. People say like, oh yeah, I never want to have kids, and then my biological clock kicked in. So I'm waiting for something dramatic to change in my body that suddenly says, have children.
I don't personally want to be a mom that starts having kids at 35, you know? I don't want to be really old when my kids are in high school. I want to like have enough energy to deal with like toddlers and stuff, but at the same time, I have felt from my parents that it's really important for me to focus on my career. So
Mom got pregnant when she was 17. So ever since then, like her whole life has been about living for her children. And that's a scary thought to me. You know, there's a lot of things that I want to accomplish before I start living for someone else.
What will be the defining description of my generation?
Oh, that's so hard.
Losers and blowhards and these people that are really self-important.
we're kind of just self-obsessed technophiles, you know?
Questions like that are so hard because I feel like our generation, you know, there's so many different people that comprise that. And I feel like any answer that I give is just coming from like my little personal bubble to then put on to other people.
This is the tritest, most tired question, and they've been like trying to figure that. Aren't we still trying to like name the 20-year-olds from the 90s, or did we like settle on Gen X? Was that okay? Because I don't think anyone's very content. I'm not gonna touch that. I'm not like a New York Times style piece.
It's the internet. We're all connected now, so people don't have to feel isolated anymore. People who feel outside of the norm or normative culture can find other people outside of normative culture and exchange ideas. So I think there's something about the internet and the way it's connecting all of us that's alleviating a lot of that loneliness and is getting rid of a lot of the alien feelings that many of us had growing up, that we're just total freaks. Now you realize, no, you're just seeing things the way they really are.
You know what? I'm comfortable being a weirdo. I'm comfortable being a freak. I'm comfortable being way different than you guys. And I'm a shaman witch, and I'm gonna open y'all up. I'm on Facebook. I'm sharing things about organic food. I'm sharing things about pagan holidays. I'm sharing things about what's going on with Monsanto with all my friends on Facebook. They're forwarding it to all of their friends. I'll see something and it'll make me smile. I'll see like I shared something and then 5 other people repost it. And we're spreading like some kind of crazy rhizome. We're just spreading these ideas faster than anything else can keep up.
We're more comfortable with screwing up, I think. Or maybe I'm just talking about myself. I'm more comfortable with screwing up than my parents were. If you were to ask someone from my generation how many careers they've had, or like how many different notions they've had for careers, it would be huge, infinite almost. But like if you ask my parents, my mom would say, well, I was going to be a nurse, and then I was a teacher. And my dad would say, well, I just wanted to be a preacher, and that's it. Like, I think their parents taught them, like, you need to have a vocation and then just go for it. But I think with us, and it kind of makes it a little more confusing, but with us, it was like, the sky's the limit, and you could be anything, and you can reinvent yourself whenever. And I think reinvention is a theme with my generation. It's cool.